Hi there, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today is Friday, which means that it is Mental Health Friday on my channel, so this video is going to be about mental health. So if you are interested in a mental health related video, you can keep watching, and if you would rather see a beauty video or something not mental health related, then you can just wait for my next video, or just check out some of my old videos on my channel. So if you've watched any of my previous mental health videos, you would see my experience with anxiety and my experience with depression. So today's video is kind of related to those. Honestly, mental health stuff all just relates pretty much, but this video is my experience with medication and my opinion about medication for mental illness. Okay, so I have on a big comfy cozy sweater, I have some basic makeup on, I am ready for Mental Health Friday and to talk about medication. So let's just get right started on this video. So my history with medication, so if you've watched my experience with depression video, I felt really awful and like I didn't want to be alive anymore. So I went to the walk-in clinic, they asked me some questions, and they started me on a drug called Cipralex. So they started me on 10 milligrams 1 time a day for 1 week, and then I'd move up to 1.5 pills of the 10 milligrams 1 time a day for another week, and then after that I would be taking 2 of those pills a day. So I worked my way up to 20 milligrams of Cipralex. So that helped with my depression, and then I started feeling really anxious after that, so I got put on Cymbalta, and I was taking that 1 time a day, and it was 30 milligrams. And then I started experiencing panic attacks, so I went to the walk-in because I thought it was something else. I didn't think it was a panic attack. So they prescribed me a drug called Ativan, and I was supposed to take that whenever I needed it. It was a 1 milligram tablet that you dissolve under your tongue, and then after those ran out, I went back and they prescribed me 0.5 milligram Ativan. And then when those ran out, a different walk-in, because I moved to towns, prescribed me clonazepam. So clonazepam is pretty much the same thing, except I noticed it's a lot stronger than Ativan. So I was told to take half a pill, and the pill is 0.5 milligrams. So whenever needed, I would take that. Once I was having a panic attack on the way back from Toronto on the bus, and I took a whole pill, and then when I got to my town, I called my sister and I was like, hey, where are you? You were supposed to meet me. And she was like, sorry, I'll call you a cab, like, where are you? And I was so out of it, I was like, I don't know where I am. So I just like leaned against a wall and I was so tired, but then eventually I got home. And another story with clonazepam, I was going to the city, so I took half a pill in the morning, and then I got on the bus, and then I was starting to have a panic attack, so I took another half a pill, and then I ended up taking another half a pill later that day. So I took 1.5 pills in total, and then I ended up falling asleep during a movie date. So that was a little embarrassing. Anyways, so I stopped taking my medication because I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good, like, I don't need medication, like, I can do this all on my own, right? No. So I was on no medication, and I started feeling so awful. So I had to go back to a walk-in clinic, and they told me to take Cymbalta again, but take 2 pills a day. So that is 60 milligrams of Cymbalta. And then I was still feeling really bad, so I went to another walk-in, and they told me to take Cipralex as well, 1 time a day. So it was Cymbalta 60 milligrams a day and Cipralex 10 milligrams a day. And then I was still feeling weird, and then I went back to the walk-in again, but it was a different doctor there, and they told me to take a drug called Seroquel. So take that 1 time a day for 3 days. This is 50 milligram tablets, and then 2 times for 3 more days, and then work your way up to taking 3 50 milligram tablets or 150 milligram tablets once a day. And then I finally was able to go to my doctor, because my doctor is in a different town from where I live, and I have no way to get there by public transit. I have to wait for a ride from a friend or a family member. So when I got back to my doctor, he was a little angry. He was like, why are you going to all these random walk-in clinics? Like, they don't even know anything about you. And I was like, okay, yes, this is true, but it was all I could do at the time. So he had me stay on taking the Seroquel at 150 milligrams once a day. And then he wanted me to take Cymbalta again, starting at 30 milligrams for 3 days, and then moving up to 60 milligrams for 3 days, and then eventually where I am now is at 90 milligrams. Yeah. So that is my medication history. It's really extensive, but yes, I'm currently taking Seroquel once per day, 150 milligrams, and Cymbalta 3 times a day, totaling to 90 milligrams of Cymbalta. So, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, but in my videos, my pupils are always like a little bit large. I think this might be why. Like, it's probably a side effect from one of my medications, but I don't know. I feel like they're abnormally large, especially for having a light directly in my face. But that is my medication history for you guys. Okay, so now on to my opinion on medication. There's a huge stigma around mental illness as it is, and part of it is around medication. People think that you are totally crazy if you need to take medication. Like there's something seriously wrong with you for you not to be able to just figure stuff out by yourself. Yeah, so that's what people think, and I was definitely hesitant to go on medication, but I didn't really care for my life anyway, so I was like, you know what, medication's not going to help me, so whatever. But it actually does help me a lot. The first time I started medication, I felt very, very strange having to take it. Felt like there was something wrong with me, that I couldn't just fix it by myself, and that was really embarrassing. But honestly, I think if medication works for you, then you should definitely take it. If you can find other things that work for you other than medication that are natural, obviously do those. But if you are at wit's end and you have nowhere else to turn, I would try medication. Something that kind of sucks about having to use medication though is that it costs quite a bit of money, especially if you don't have coverage for it. It can be really pricey, which sucks because it's kind of an essential item for mental health. Yeah, so I think it'd be cool if it was a little bit less money, but you pick and choose what you need, I guess. Something that sucks a lot about medication though is that obviously there are side effects, and not everyone does get the side effects, but I'll just talk about some of the side effects that I have gotten from medication. So Cymbalta, taking it made me very tired. I slept for 1 whole day straight, and then the next day I was super tired after that. And it's not like labeled a side effect, this is just something that I experienced, but I felt a emptiness when I started taking it because my anxiety just disappeared, and anxiety is something that I've lived with my whole life. It just felt like there was something missing, and I felt very, very strange not experiencing the overwhelming anxiety like I usually do. So when I first started taking it, I felt very weird, but eventually that feeling went away, so that was good. And Seroquel, I have noticed that it makes me feel very dizzy if I don't drink a lot of water or if I don't eat enough. I almost fainted the one day. I got up from the couch, I walked over to one of the other rooms in my apartment, and I had to like hold myself up against the wall because I thought I was gonna faint. I looked down at my feet, they seemed so far away. My vision was all weird, and then I sat down. And then my sister brought me some food and some water, and then that helped. So you just have to be careful with standing up fast. On Cymbalta as well, I read up on it, and a side effect is you might feel dizzy if you stand up too fast. So those are really annoying because, you know, sometimes you order like a pizza and then they're ringing the bell and you want to get up and run to grab it, but you're like, hold on, I don't want to faint, you know? So side effects are really annoying. So something with medication that is a little bit of a hassle is you have to make sure you take it every day at the same time, or as close to the same time as you can. So if you forget to take it, let's say you start taking it at 5 p.m. every day, and then the next day comes around and it's 7 and you realize that you didn't take it, now you're going to start taking it at 7 every day. And then let's say the next day you forget and it's like 10 p.m. and you're like, oh, I forgot my medication. So I guess now you're taking it at 10 p.m. And then you stay up all night playing video games, and then the next day you go to sleep and then you don't wake up until 12 a.m. Then you're like, okay, I guess I'll start taking my medication at 12 a.m. And then you're like, I should fix my sleep schedule, but I have to take my meds at 12 a.m. So yeah, I started taking mine at 10 p.m. and now I take them at 6 a.m. because I messed up a few days and now I'm supposed to take them at 6 a.m. So I'm gonna have to get that fixed. I need to fix my schedule. So that's just, it's not even that big of a deal. It's just kind of a hassle. Yeah. In all seriousness though, I am not sure where in life I would be or if I would even be here without medication. I feel like it is a vital part of getting better from the mental illnesses that I suffer from. Yeah, working my way from ill to chill. I said in all seriousness, and then I made a stupid joke saying from ill to chill. Yeah, I don't know how to talk about this super serious. I kind of play it off as a joke, which is really bad because it's a very serious topic, but I don't know how to handle it correctly, so you get my weird jokes, and yeah. Something that does bother me about medication though, and mental illness, I would go to walk-ins, I just wanted some sort of help, and all I would get was prescribed pills, and it made me very annoyed and pretty angry. I would go in asking, I just wanted help, I just wanted resources, I didn't know where to look. Every time I tried to look on the computer, it was such a hassle, so I would go in to a walk-in, be like, hey, I have really bad anxiety, and I feel really down. What can I do for help? And they're like, here's a prescription, bye. So I'd leave feeling very frustrated. So that is kind of a downside of medication. Doctors seem to be more willing to give you medication than to give you resources to help you out. But I did find a counselor on my own. Well, not really on my own, my sister helped me. So yeah, the doctor didn't really help me with finding a counselor, which is kind of annoying because that's another part of getting better, is finding help in that sense, not just finding some medications. So this is the end of the video on my opinion and my history with medication. If you like this video, feel free to hit subscribe. You can like my video, write a comment, and I will be coming at you with a new video in the next 2 days, so stay tuned for that.